Welcome back to another Thomas Talk. Today we have the top 5 best and worst Edward the Blue engines. Alright, so let's start off with the least worst Edward. Here, I know, this list is going to get pretty sad. Here is 2014 Take and Play Edward. I know, guys, this is the least worst. You're looking at this going, there can be worse? I know, it's a tragedy.
Or worse.
There's so much worse. So anyways, here is Edward, and there's just so much kill me parts about this, but the main thing is just all of them using the same chassis and being so squished together. The disgusting one-way fat magnets that, as you can see, wear away with time, so none of these are going to exist in a few more years. Oh, look at that, I can't put... And honestly, just, not that, the Edward CGI face, it's fine, it's accurate, but it's CGI face. And then, like, the wheels, the cheap pin axle wheels, dude, all engines go foreshadowing, having tiny wheels on the tender, like, what is that? But, like, it still kind of actually looks like Edward, which is, like, something some other Edwards can't hold a candle to, so.
Yeah.
Least... Well, I guess we put him down here as the
And
least.
fifth best.
Fifth best.
Fifth best Edward. I struggled with this one or the fifth worst Edward. And that's Wooden Railway. I know. My baby, my child.
The deck Edward.
Yeah. They messed this Edward up bad. This is 2003.
Mm-hmm.
And... I don't know, the face isn't horrible, but it doesn't look right. The wheels are a big issue.
Why does he only have 2 wheels? He's not Percy.
And he looks way too CGI-ish.
CGI wasn't a thing.
CGI wasn't a thing. It doesn't look like Edward, to be honest. It looks like... Honestly, I don't know what it looks like. It's just... They dropped the ball on this one. And... a lot of it has to do with the wheels. I think it is the wheels. If anything, it's just the wheels. Because I think the wheels make everything else look weird. The tender looks weird, too.
This guy can relate.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's number 5.
Alright, number 4 on the worst Edwards ever is a shock to absolutely no one. CGI... Playrel Edward. I think this is around 2018. So Edward was already out of the show. We didn't need them to make this. They could have just canceled Edward. Yeah, this Edward has so many problems. And we're going to do something that honestly, most of these Edwards have a great feature to all of them that no other engine has. Is that the tenders always are looking fabulous. This tender's fine. It's exactly what it needs to be. And unfortunately, some Edwards aren't... No more Edwards will be nailing the tender after this one. In the worst category. Now, Edward himself is the major problem. What is that face? Like, you couldn't have used the actual CGI face Mattel uses everywhere. You had to use this weird face. I think it's worse that it just doesn't have the pupil. I think that ruins it. And then you think this model thinks it's slick by doing the 80th anniversary, have the white running board only go halfway garbage. We want it full. We want it around the whole thing, Mattel. We don't want half. Oh, wait, sorry, Playrail. This looks like a Mattel product, guys. It's that bad. And the wheels, again, with the wheels. Stop messing up the wheels. The wheels are just the regular Thomas chassis with his ugly wheel at the top. Yeah, we got painted buffers. This is why it's not the worst, guys. It has painted buffers. It has a few... of those details. Not on the back. But, like, overall, for Playrail, I have so much higher expectations, and they completely drop the ball. I don't care that there's detail at the top. Putting 2 dots as a whistle doesn't make a toy better.
You know who didn't drop the coal? Ertl. I know. Ertl's not the best line, but it never really fails.
No.
I've never seen an Ertl and been like, that is awful. And you know why? Because it was made in the 1990s. And it was made with care. And while Paperface would be better, because Paperface Ertls are just always better in every way, shape, and form. This one's still not bad. It takes the simplicity of Ertl. And while, yes, attached tender, but we can't, like, that's the Ertl style. It's a style. And I think they really killed it. They did a good job. I mean, of course, buffers. I think it's a fun size, and it really, I think, captures the correct proportions of Edward. And it just seems like Edward to me. I don't know. It screams Edward.
Yeah, we have something that doesn't seem like Edward. Our third worst Edward is, hey, look at that. 2018's Push Along Edward. And this thing just has everything how to do it a toy wrong. Let's start off with the thing that all these Edwards have actually gotten right so far. The tender. What am I even looking at? Like, the tender takes up less than the running board is about 20% of this. The other 20% is the actual tender. And then the other 100% is the wheels. And they're not even 3 wheels. They're 2 really squished together wheels. And it looks so bad. And the whole thing's plastic. There's no metal or anything in this. It's a completely worthless tender. And then the top's just so squished. This inspired some future models as well. But this tender sucks. It's the fact that it's just a worthless piece of plastic just sucks. Now here's the cheap metal Edward that we get here. And some few things I think I like the face better. Mine has the eyes should be a little higher. But the face isn't bad. Alright, on to the garbage stuff. So, the wheels. You get 3 wheels awkwardly spaced out. I mean, you get more wheels than Winter Railway. But if they're pin axle garbage, like, did you even need to include them? No painted buffers at all on this model. All of the details that, like, Playrail had to keep it a little bit better, completely gone. All stickers here, or a whistle that... It's like a 50-50 shot if that's a sticker actually molded. You can't tell. It's that bad. And then there's no wire running. There's no detail. There's nothing here. And the fact that it's taller than everyone else in the range. Why is Gordon shorter, guys? Who chose that? Dumb choice.
You know what wasn't inspired by Mattel's idiocy? Hornby. Because it really wasn't inspired by anything.
They just wanted to make a realistic model. Worked up Edward's basis, went, oh, there isn't one.
There isn't one. So, in that case, we're just going to make something that looks cool and has Edward's face and colors. And I do think it looks really nice.
I think it really does. It does I know a lot of people say it does capture Edward, but you're the same people saying that this does, so.
Right, I think it does capture Edward. It's not perfect. I mean, again, Hornby's whole thing is to... I'm trying to show you the under part. And there's a tender here. Mm-hmm. If you look, yeah, okay, that's going to be our best view of it. The tender, it's not the right model, but it looks really nice, I think. I think just the engine, yeah, it looks really cool. It captures Edward's personality. Maybe not his exact proportions, but that personality is there, and I think they did really well.
Looks something without a personality would be the Trackmaster 2 Edward. Like, almost the worst Edward ever produced. We'll get there, don't worry. Almost. Basically. Okay, there's so much garbage with this. Let's start off with, yeah, I mean, you technically have a better tender than Push Along, but you don't at the same time. We got the same squish proportions. We have the wheels way too close together. No red on the running board. Not even the buffers are just as ugly as the 80th anniversary Henry buffers. And you have the little indent here, but oh wow, it's a little indent, guys. That totally saved the model for me. Alright, here's Edward himself. No painted buffers at all. Season 12 off face. Like, what even is that? Oh, the Push Along, this is why Push Along's not as bad. At least it has a painted dot as the whistle. All sticker detailing, not even cab doors. We have a tiny little dome. It's got the same problem as Playrail, where you got just a Thomas chassis with a painted wheel at the top, which is ugly AF. The funnel's way too small. The whole smoke box sucks. The whole thing sucks. This is a horrible Edward rendition entirely, and it sucks, man, because it's like some... Hey, never mind. But Gator looked fine in Trackmaster. I was about to say Trackmaster 2 had some highlights, but it didn't, actually.
But you know what did have highlights and what didn't suck and what actually... It's arguably first place, but we put it second. because of bias. But do I need any words? It's beautiful. He is beautiful. That face.
That face is so peak. That's Edward face right there.
It's so funny. But no, what makes this model great, in my opinion,
complete
smaller wheel, 2 wheels at the front, correct side rods. Tender could use some work. I think it's kind of
They tried
odd,
to make the indent there, but they again forgot to cut it out, like someone else would know.
And is the battery pack in the tender though?
Yeah, because that's like back in the
Okay.
day. That's how the toys went.
But it runs from the front at least.
Mm-hmm.
And that's nice. And my favorite part, and again, why in the world would you get rid of this?
Can we talk about how even Hornby has that feature?
I know.
Like-
Did you see me playing with it earlier? I was like, dang.
Dude, Bachman can never.
I don't get it. What goes into these things that they can't free roll?
They have that specific gear that's like cheaper to produce that actively tries to stop that.
Stupid.
You know, spiked wheels have never been good. Spiked
Painted
gear.
buffers though. Painted buffers
Look at
on
those.
both sides. Yeah, we
Oh my
don't talk about the running board now. But...
Oh my gosh. Sorry, I've never seen painted buffers on a non-painter. That's just peak. It's just Edward.
There's a little missing details, but it's just everything else is and those missing details are why it's sick.
Yeah. Here's a guy that actually has missing details and being in the range that had the most detail. 2022 Wooden Railway.
The worst Edward I've ever seen in my life.
Edward.
He
here.
makes James. No, you're kidding.
No, James is worse.
better.
Okay, so there's so much to talk about, but like, hey, look, there's the accurate wheels. Those aren't wheels; those are like circles
What
with
are
like
those?
indents in them. Like, what even is that?
And I
His
know you guys are arguing
complete
that this is good.
disgrace to Edward to give him a scared face as his only His only face is scared. My boy Edward ain't scared.
That's something like they do to Henry, but now they're doing it to Edward too.
Yeah.
Probably because they don't know the characters. So
Yeah, they don't, there's no way there was a reference photo after looking at this thing. So the wheels, they saw the push along tender and went, yep, the strategies have the wheels take up 100% of the model, 20, maybe, no, like 5% of the model actually the train. The whole thing is so squished up here, and painting the side rods really smally on the running board doesn't look good. Nor having a mold. No idea what I'm referring to there. He has the ugly Bwubba rivets that Edward didn't even get because no one liked him in Bwubba. Because he wasn't there. You get the fire in the smoke box, which is kind of neat. If only there was, I don't know, anything to the smoke box. I just see a bunch of blue. He sucks. And the plastic don't. There's so much plastic everywhere. It's like you can't even tell what's wood, and what the part that are wood aren't even like real wood. It doesn't.
Yeah.
It feels so fake and manufactured.
Because it is.
The tender is so bad. It's so laughable. The running board doesn't even exist. It's not even not blue. It's just not there. The wheels are so spaced out and ugly. Just add a third one.
It's so
You
tall.
cowards. You have the rivets. You have just like the problem with Playrail, except they don't paint the top. You have this giant chunk that just, honestly, I'd prefer it just being the normal tender, not being as accurate, because this looks bad. I don't know what that is. That's not part of the toy. Dude, the tender sucks, bro. The only thing I'll give it credit for is the coal's not removable, but like, that doesn't save the toy. This is the worst Edward. It lost everything that like made Edward. This is gross. Gross toy.
What's not gross is the best Edward ever made, and I'm going to let Justin do this one because it's his favorite range.
Here is the Take and Play Edward. The best Edward ever made, without a doubt. This is the talking variant, but guess what? If you buy a normal one, it doesn't become squished. It stays the same size. What? Okay. So having Edward with the lamp looks really cool, and it would be painted white. Just a little scratch there. You know, this Edward was loved because it's a good toy. Alright, so there's so much to this. Like, we could start off with there is a whistle. Like, other than Hornby, none of these guys did a whistle correctly. Though some of them didn't even try. There's an actual whistle, and it's actually up against the cab there, which is just amazing.
Especially for a toy that size.
Mm-hmm. The details are actually, like, there. Like, they're here. They're not just, like, decals or stickers or anything. They're actual details. We have indented cab windows. We have handrails right here, which look actually amazing. And then, if this wasn't talking, the normal ones have an inside cab interior as well, which is just amazing. You have the accurate wheel arrangement, which is pretty great. Not the smaller wheel here, but, you know, I guess beggars can't be choosers. And then the only tender brave enough to have 3 wheels. Look at that. It looks fine. It looks good. It has the proper running board. The tender's tall to actually, you know, match Edward's proportions. It's not shrunk. It's not size. It's the proper size. And it looks great. And we have both way magnets, which just makes the toy so much better. We have the painted buffers. We have everything to make this toy peak. That Mattel made this. Why can't Mattel go back to this? This was it. They only went downhill. They never made a better Edward.
And I don't think they ever will, to be honest.
Yeah, probably right there.
Overall, they kind of didn't do Edward very well. To be completely honest, like there's good ones on the left side. There's bad ones on the right side, and the bad ones were harder.
90% of Edward's just like they really have.
I mean, I don't even
Edward.
think this deserves to be here. To be honest, I think this is mid. And there's a lot more mid, and I think this is mid or the Trackmaster.
There's a lot of them that are
mid. Ertl's low key mid.
Like-
Hornby is cool, but not Edward. These are really the only 2 good Edwards ever produced.
Yeah, but like also I could say at the same time, other than like 22 Wooden Railway, none of the Edwards like don't look like Edward. They all still capture enough of the character to work. Like, I know we're bashing Trackmaster. Okay, never mind. I know we're bashing. I know we're bashing like Push Along 2018. Edward probably had the best model of that, which is really sad to say. Overall, I don't know. If you're looking for an Edward, try Take and Play. I feel like it won't let you down ever. Just don't get the wrong version.
Yeah. If you guys like this video and you want to see more like it, then
like, comment, and subscribe.
and comment.